My chosen one, listen carefully. This is not a coincidence. You did not arrive here by chance. At this very moment, something powerful is aligning in your life, and Archangel Michael is stepping forward with a warning that cannot be ignored. There is a conversation coming. Yes, a specific conversation, and it will carry weight far beyond what you expect. It will not be ordinary. It will not be casual. It will be a moment that shifts something deep within your path, and once it happens, nothing will feel the same again. Feel this truth in your spirit. The next conversation you have is important. Not just important, but divinely positioned. There are unseen forces moving right now, ranging timing, emotions, and words so that this exact moment can unfold. You may think it will be just another exchange, just another discussion, but Archangel Michael reveals that hidden within it is a message, a truth, a turning point you were not fully prepared for. Something has been building behind the scenes. Energy hath been gathering. Words have been forming in silence long before they are spoken aloud. And now, the moment is approaching where everything surfaces. This is why you are being called right now, to prepare, to awaken, to recognize that what is about to happen carries spiritual significance. If you ignore this, if you brush it aside as nothing, you risk missing something that was meant to guide you, protect you, or even redirect your entire life. There is a reason your spirit feels restless lately. A reason your thoughts have been circling certain people, certain situation, certain overwhelmed feeling. This is not random. This is preparation. Archangel Michael is clearing the fog so you can see clearly when the moment arrives. Because in that conversation, something will be revealed. Something that has been hidden in plain sight. It may come through a simple sentence, a tone of voice, a hesitation, or even something left unsaid. But make no mistake, what you hear and what you feel in that moment will carry truth. And not everyone is ready for that kind of truth. That is why you were chosen to hear this message now, so you don't walk into that moment blindly. There is also urgency in this warning. Time is closer than you think. This conversation is not far away. It is approaching quickly. It could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. But when it does, you must be ready to listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit. Because what is spoken may not fully match what is meant, and only those who are spiritually alert will understand the deeper message. Archangel Michael stands beside you even now, not to create fear, but to give you strength and awareness. You are not being warned to panic. You are being prepared to rise, to step into a moment that has been divinely orchestrated for your growth, your protection, and your purpose. So stay alert, stay grounded, and most importantly, stay open. Because the next words you hear could change everything. There are forces at work in your life that you cannot see, yet they shape every moment, every encounter, and every word exchanged. What feels like a simple conversation is often influenced by something much deeper, something spiritual. Archangel Michael reveals that not all interactions are or meaningless. Some are divinely guided, while others are tests designed to reveal truth, strengthen your spirit, or expose what has been hidden. And the conversation that is approaching you now carries this exact kind of weight. You may have noticed how certain conversations in your past seem to linger in your mind long after they ended. Words replaying themselves, emotions rising unexpectedly, realizations coming too late. That is because those moments were never just about communication. They were spiritual exchanges. Energy was being transferred, intentions were being revealed, and your soul was being asked to discern what was real and what was not. This is the level at which your next conversation will operate. Archangel Michael stands as a protector of truth and clarity, especially in moments where confusion or deception may try to take hold. He is not only preparing you to hear what will be said, but also to sense what is not being said. Because in this upcoming moment, there may be layers beneath the surface, hidden motives, unspoken emotions, or even a truth that someone has been holding back for a long time. And it is your awareness that will determine whether you recognize it or miss it. There is also a deeper question surrounding this moment. Who is this conversation with? Your spirit may already be trying to guide you toward the answer. It could be someone you know well, someone whose presence has recently felt different, heavier, or more distant. Or it could be someone unexpected, someone who appears suddenly and speaks words that seem ordinary at first but carry an unusual weight. Pay attention to these feelings. They are not random. They are signals. Sometimes, divine conversations come disguised as casual moments so that the truth can emerge naturally. If everything were obvious, there would be no need for discernment. But this is where your growth is being tested. Can you recognize the deeper meaning within simple words? Can you feel the shift in energy when something important is being revealed? Archangel Michael is urging you to sharpen this awareness now, before the moment arrives. There is also a warning within this preparation. Not every word spoken to you will come from a place of truth. Some may carry confusion, fear, or even manipulation. This does not mean you should become suspicious of everyone, but it does mean you must remain grounded in your inner knowing. You must listen with both wisdom and spiritual clarity. Because what is said to you may challenge your emotions, your beliefs, or even your sense of reality. But understand this clearly. You are not being placed in this situation without guidance. Archangel Michael walks with you, shielding you from harm and illuminating what is real. His presence is there to strengthen your voice, to steady your heart, and to remind you that you are not powerless in this moment. You are being invited to stand in truth, to hear clearly, and to respond from a place of strength rather than reaction. This is why this conversation matters so much. It is not just about what will be said. It is about what will be revealed through it. It is about what you will recognize, what you will choose, and how you will move forward once the moment has passed. So prepare yourself now. Quiet your mind. Pay attention to your surroundings, your feelings, and the subtle shifts in energy around you. Because the next conversation you have is not just another moment in your day. It is a doorway. And what lies beyond it will depend on how ready you are to see the truth standing right in front of you. Beloved soul, if you are hearing these words right now, understand this clearly. This message was meant to find you. This is not sluchien or ye timing. This is not just another video or another passing moment. There is a reason your attention has been drawn here, a reason your spirit feels stirred, and a reason something inside you is saying, this is important. That feeling is your confirmation. That feeling is your sign. Archangel Michael is making it known that you have been receiving subtle signals long before this moment. Think back carefully. There have been patterns repeating in your life. Certain thoughts returning again and again. Certain people appearing in your mind without explanation. Certain emotions rising without a clear cause. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual nudges, gentle awakenings preparing you for what is about to unfold. You may have also experienced moments of discomfort recently, a sense that something is unresolved, a feeling that there is more beneath the surface of a situation you cannot fully understand yet. Perhaps you have felt tension when thinking about a specific person, or an unexplained pull toward a conversation that has not yet happened. This is your spirit recognizing that something important is approaching. This is the preparation phase, and you are right in the middle of it. Archangel Michael is not only warning you, he is positioning you. He is aligning your awareness so that when the moment arrives, you will not be caught off guard. You will not be confused or overwhelmed. Instead, you will feel a strange sense of recognition, as if you have been here before, as if something inside you already knows what this moment means. That is how divine preparation works. It does not shout. It whispers, guiding you step by step until everything becomes clear. There is also something deeply emotional tied to this upcoming conversation. It will touch a part of you that has been quiet for a long time. It may bring clarity to confusion, or expose something that has been hidden beneath silence. Do not be surprised if your heart reacts strongly. Do not be alarmed if you feel a sudden shift within you. This is not weakness. This is truth rising to the surface. And here is something even more important. You were chosen to hear this message because you are capable of handling what is coming. Not everyone would understand. Not everyone would be ready. But you were. Even if you doubt yourself, even if you feel uncertain, Archangel Michael sees your strength clearly. He knows that you have reached a level of awareness where you can face truth, even when it is uncomfortable. Pay attention also to timing. You may notice that things begin to align in unusual ways. A meeting that feels slu charatikakuyan or yay, a message that comes at just the right moment, or an encounter that seems small but feels significant. These are the signs that you are moving closer to that conversation. The closer it gets, the more your awareness will sharpen. Trust that process, but you must also remain grounded. Do not let fear take control. This message is not meant to make you anxious. It is meant to prepare you. Fear clouds your perception, but awareness sharpens it. Stay centered. Breathe. Remind yourself that you are being guided and protected. Archangel Michael stands beside you, placing a shield around your spirit so that you can walk into this moment with clarity and strength. You are not alone in this. Every step you take toward that conversation is being watched over, guided, and supported by divine presence. So when the moment comes, do not ignore it. Do not dismiss it. Do not rush through it. Pause. Listen. Feel. Because within that conversation, something will speak directly to your soul, and you will recognize it the instant it happens. Type "I am ready for the truth" in the comments if this message resonates with your spirit. Blessing code 369 is now activated. And as you stand on the edge of this divinely timed moment, understand this. When you choose to support this message, you are not simply giving. You are becoming a vessel through which truth continues to reach others who are still searching. The word says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not just a verse. It is a living promise speaking directly to you right now. Say within your heart, "I am answering the call to spread light." Because every offering you release becomes a seed planted in fertile spiritual ground, reaching souls who are waiting for their awakening. This is your moment to act. Not later, not someday, now. The PayPal link in the description and the QR code on your screen are not just tools, they are gateways for your obedience. As you give, may your life overflow with clarity, protection, and divine favor. Step into this flow. Act with faith. Release your seed and watch heaven respond. There is someone connected to this moment, and deep within your spirit, you already feel their presence. You may not have fully accepted it yet, or perhaps you have tried to push the thought aside. but their energy hath been circling around you for some time now. Archangel Michael reveals that this is not just about a conversation. It is about an encounter with a person who carries a message, whether they are aware of it or not. This individual is not Sluchakaki and Yerikaki. They are part of a divine alignment that has been forming behind the scenes. You may know them closely, or they may stand at a distance in your life, but something about them has felt different recently. Their behavior may have shifted. Their words may have carried a tone you could not quite understand. Or perhaps there has been silence where there once was communication. These are all signs that something is building beneath the surface. Look carefully at your recent interactions. Has there been tension that remains unresolved? Has there been a question left unanswered, or a feeling that something important was not fully said? This is where your attention should go. Because this conversation will not come out of nowhere. It will connect directly to something that has already begun. Archangel Michael is guiding you to recognize the thread so that when it unfolds, you will see the full picture. This person may be carrying truth that has been delayed. It could be something they have been hesitant to say, something they have been struggling to express, or even something they themselves are only beginning to understand. And when the moment comes, that truth will begin to surface. But here is where your awareness becomes critical. What they reveal may not come in a clear or direct way. It may be wrapped in emotion, hesitation, or even confusion. Do not expect perfection in how it is delivered. Instead, focus on what is beneath the words. Archangel Michael is urging you to listen beyond the surface, to sense the deeper intention behind what is being said. Because sometimes the most important truths are not spoken loudly. They are hidden in pauses, in tone, in the spaces between sentences. There is also a possibility that this person does not fully understand the impact of what they are about to say. They may think it is just a conversation, just an expression, just another moment. But for you, it will carry weight. For you, it will unlock something deeper. This is why you are being prepared in advance, while they may not be. At the same time, you must be aware that not everything revealed will be comfortable. This conversation could challenge your perception of this person. It could shift how you see them, or even how you see your connection with them. There may be a moment where you feel surprised, or even unsettled. But this does not mean something is wrong. It means something real is being brought into the light. Archangel Michael stands as a protector in this moment, not only guarding you from harm, but also helping you remain steady. You are not meant to react impulsively. You are not meant to be pulled into emotional turbulence. Instead, you are being called to observe, to understand, and to remain grounded in your truth. There is also something important to understand about this person. They are part of your growth. Whether they bring clarity, closure, opportunity, or even challenge, their role is not accidental. They are a piece of your journey, placed at this exact moment for a reason that will soon become clear. And here is where your strength will be tested. Can you remain calm when something unexpected is revealed? Can you listen fully without interrupting the flow of truth? Can you trust your inner knowing instead of reacting from past wounds or fears? These are the questions that will define how this moment unfolds for you. The energy between you and this person is already shifting. Even if you have not spoken yet, something is changing. The space is being prepared. The timing is aligning. And soon, the moment will arrive where words are exchanged and everything begins to make sense. So do not ignore the signs. Do not dismiss the feelings that arise when you think of this person. Pay attention to the subtle pull, the quiet awareness that keeps bringing them to your mind, because that is your spirit recognizing what is about to happen. This conversation is not just about them. It is about you. It is about what you will see, what you will understand, and what you will choose to do once the truth is revealed. There is something hidden, something that has been quietly waiting beneath the surface, and the moment of its revelation is closer than you think. This is not a small detail or a passing truth. It is something that carries weight, something that will shift your understanding in a way that cannot be undone. Archangel Michael is making it clear that this upcoming conversation will act as a doorway, and once it opens, you will see things in a completely different light. What will be revealed may not come all at once. It may unfold gradually, piece by piece, as the conversation moves forward. At first, it could seem ordinary, simple words, familiar tones, but then something will shift. A sentence will land differently. A pause will feel heavy than expected. And in that moment, your spirit will recognize that something deeper is being exposed. This truth may be connected to something you have questioned before, a feeling you could not explain, a situation that never fully made sense. Now, through this conversation, clarity will begin to rise. It could be a realization about someone's intentions, a deeper understanding of a past event, or even a truth about yourself that you were not ready to see until now. Archangel Michael reveals that there are layers to this moment. What is spoken on the surface is only one part of the message. Beneath it lies emotion, intention, and energy that must also be understood. This is why you are being prepared to listen with more than just your ears. You must feel the truth as it is being revealed. There is also a possibility that this revelation may challenge you. It may not align with what you expected or what you hoped to hear. But understand this: truth does not always come wrapped in comfort. Sometimes it arrives in a way that shakes your perception so that something stronger, something more real, can take its place. If the truth brings discomfort, do not turn away from it. Do not try to soften it or ignore it. Archangel Michael is guiding you to face it with courage. Because what is being revealed is not meant to harm you. It is meant to free you. It is meant to remove confusion, to break illusions, and to bring you into a place of clarity and strength. There is also a powerful opportunity hidden within this moment. While something may be exposed, something else is being offered at the same time. A new perspective, a new direction, a chance to respond differently than you would have in the past. This is where transformation begins, not just in what you learn, but in how you choose to act after learning it. Pay attention to your instincts during this conversation. There will be a moment, clear and unmistakable, where something inside you says, "This is it." That is the moment of truth. That is the point where everything aligns, and you see clearly what has been hidden until now. You may also notice that after this realization, things begin to connect in ways they never did before. Pieces of the past will start to make sense. Words that once confused you will suddenly become clear. And you will understand why this moment had to happen exactly as it is unfolding now. Archangel Michael is reminding you that you are not being caught off guard. You are being awakened. This is not about surprise. It is about revelation. It is about stepping into a higher level of awareness where you can no longer ignore what is real. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. Once you understand, you will not be able to return to the place of not knowing. This is why this conversation is so important. It is not just an exchange of words. It is a moment of awakening. So when the truth begins to surface, stay present. Do not rush. Do not interrupt the flow. Let it unfold fully. Because every word, every pause, every feeling will carry meaning. This is the moment where something hidden becomes visible. And in that visibility, your path begins to change. When the moment finally arrives and the conversation begins, everything within you may feel alert, almost as if your spirit has been waiting for this exact second. This is where your preparation becomes essential. Archangel Michael is not only warning you about what is coming, he is guiding you on how to stand, how to respond, and how to remain in control of your energy while everything unfolds around you. The first thing you must understand is this: you are not meant to react impulsively. No matter what is said, no matter how unexpected or emotional it may feel, your power lies in your stillness. There is a strength in pausing, in allowing the words to settle before responding. This is where clarity is born. This is where wisdom begins to rise. Archangel Michael urges you to slow down your reaction and elevate your awareness. You may feel emotions rising within you: surprise, confusion, even a sense of urgency to respond quickly. But not every feeling requires immediate action. Sometimes the greatest response is silence, even if only for a few seconds. That pause allows you to separate truth from emotion, reality from assumption. It gives you the space to choose your words instead of letting them choose you. There is also something important about your voice in this moment. What you say will carry energy. It will not just be heard, it will be felt. This is why you must speak from a place of balance, not from fear or defensiveness. Even if the conversation takes an unexpected turn, even if something challenges you deeply, your words must remain grounded in truth and clarity. Archangel Michael is guiding you to respond with intention, not reaction. There is a difference. A reaction comes from instinct, often shaped by past experiences or unresolved emotions. But a response, this comes from awareness, is chosen. It is deliberate, and it carries power. You may also feel the urge to defend yourself, to explain everything at once, or to control the direction of the conversation. But be careful with this. Not every moment requires you to take control. Sometimes, the truth reveals itself more clearly when you allow the other person to speak freely. Let them express what they need to express. Let the full message come forward before you step in. There is also a deeper layer to how you respond, your inner state. Even if your words are calm, your energy must also align. If your mind is racing or your emotions are unstable, it will be felt. This is why Archangel Michael is calling you to stay centered. Breathe slowly. Ground yourself. Remind yourself that you are protected, guided, and fully capable of handling this moment. If something difficult is revealed, resist the urge to shut down or walk away too quickly. Stay present. Sometimes discomfort is a doorway to clarity. If you leave too soon, you may miss the full truth that is trying to come forward. But at the same time, know your boundaries. If the conversation begins to feel overwhelming or unbalanced, you have the right to create space. Responding with strength also means knowing when to step back. Another important truth is this: you do not need to have all the answers in that moment. You are not expected to resolve everything immediately. This conversation is not about perfection. It is about awareness. It is about recognizing what is being revealed and allowing yourself the time to process it fully. Archangel Michael stands beside you as a source of calm and protection. Imagine his presence as a shield around you, filtering out confusion and strengthening your clarity. When you feel uncertain, return to that image. Let it ground you. Let it remind you that you are not alone in this moment. And above all, trust yourself. Trust the awareness that has been growing within you. Trust the preparation you have received. Because when the moment comes, you will know what to do, not through force, not through pressure, but through a quiet inner knowing that rises exactly when you need it. This is how you move through the conversation, not with fear, not with hesitation, but with presence, strength, and clarity. There comes a moment within this conversation where everything slows down, even if only for a second, and you feel it. This is the test. Not a test designed to make you fail, but a test designed to reveal how far you have come. Archangel Michael is showing that this moment is not just about what is said between you and another person, but about what rises within you as it happens. You have faced situations before where your emotions took control, where you reacted from old wounds, where you spoke too quickly or held back when you should have spoken. Those moments were lessons. And now, this conversation becomes the space where those lessons return, not to repeat themselves, but to give you a chance to respond differently. The test lies in your awareness. Will you recognize the familiar patterns as they begin to surface? Will you notice the urge to react the way you once did? Because it may feel very similar. The tone of the conversation, the emotions that arise, even the words spoken, something about it may trigger a memory within you. That is not SLUCHAKLINOYE. That is the test presenting itself. Archangel Michael wants you to understand this clearly. You are not the same person you were before. You have grown. You have learned. And this moment is your opportunity to step into that growth fully. But growth must be chosen. It does not happen automatically. It requires awareness, intention, and the courage to do something different even when it feels unfamiliar. You may feel a pull to defend yourself, to prove your point, or to protect your emotions by shutting down. These are natural reactions, shaped by past experiences. But this is where the shift happens. Instead of reacting, you are being called to observe. Instead of closing yourself off, you are being invited to remain present. This is not weakness, it is strength at a higher level. There may also be a moment where you are faced with a choice. Not a loud or obvious choice, but a quiet one. A decision about how you will respond, what you will say, or even what you will choose not to say. This choice will define the direction of the conversation. It will determine whether you repeat the past or step into something new. Archangel Michael is watching over this moment, not as a judge, but as a guide. His presence is there to remind you of your strength, to steady your spirit, and to help you remain aligned with truth. If you feel uncertain, return to that inner stillness. That is where your answer will be. His test is also about emotional mastery. Can you feel what arises within you without letting it control you? Can you acknowledge your emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them? This is not about suppressing what you feel. It is about understanding it, holding it, and choosing your response with clarity. There is something powerful that happens when you pass this test. The energy shifts. The conversation takes on a different tone. What could have become conflict may turn into clarity. What could have led to misunderstanding may open the door to truth. This is the power of conscious response. But even if the moment feels difficult, even if you feel challenged, remember this. You are not being set up to fail. You are being given an opportunity to rise. Every feeling, every word, every pause within this conversation is part of that opportunity. You may not realize it immediately, but after the conversation ends, you will look back and see it clearly. You will recognize the moment where you chose differently. A moment where you stayed calm instead of reacting. A moment where you spoke with clarity instead of confusion. That is where your growth becomes real. And understand this. Passing this test does not mean everything will be perfect. It means you remained aligned with your truth. It means you acted from awareness rather than instinct. That is the victory. So when the moment comes, stay present. Watch what rises within you. Notice the patterns, the emotions, the impulses, and then choose. Choose with intention. Choose with clarity. Choose with the strength that Archangel Michael has been helping you build. Because this is more than a conversation. This is a moment where you prove to yourself who you have become. There is a point within this unfolding where everything shifts, where the energy of the conversation moves from uncertainty into clarity, and you begin to realize this is the turning point. What once felt unclear now starts to make sense. What once felt hidden begins to reveal itself. Archangel Michael is showing that this is not just a moment within the conversation, but a moment that changes your direction entirely. Up until now, you may have been walking a path filled with questions, unsure of someone's intentions, uncertain about your next step, or carrying a quiet confusion that never fully settled. But this is where that changes. This is where truth steps forward and takes its place. And once it does, you cannot go back to the way things were before. This turning point may not arrive with loud words or dramatic actions. It may come quietly, through a realization that settles deep within you. A single sentence may shift everything. The realization may click into place so clearly that it feels undeniable. And in that moment, you will know you have crossed into a new level of understanding. Archangel Michael reveals that this is where decisions are made, even if they are not spoken out loud. Something within you will align or separate. You may feel a strong sense of clarity about a person, a situation, or even about yourself. This clarity will guide your next steps, whether that means moving closer, stepping away, or simply seeing things for what they truly are. There is also a release that happens here. The weight you may have been carrying, the uncertainty, the overthinking, the emotional tension, begins to lift. Not because everything becomes easy, but because everything becomes clear. And clarity brings peace, even when the truth is difficult. You may find yourself looking at the person in front of you differently. Not with judgment, but with understanding. Seeing them for who they truly are, rather than who you thought they were. This is a powerful shift. It allows you to respond from truth instead of illusion. But this turning point also requires courage. Because once you see clearly, you are called to act in alignment with that clarity. You cannot ignore it. You cannot pretend you did not understand. This is where your strength becomes essential. Archangel Michael is guiding you to trust what you see, trust what you feel, and trust the clarity that has been given to you. There may also be an opening here, an opportunity that reveals itself in the middle of this clarity. Something new, something unexpected, something that was not visible before. It could be a chance to move forward in a new direction, to create a new boundary, or to embrace a new understanding that changes how you approach your life. This is why this moment is so important. It is not just about what is revealed, but about what becomes possible because of it. A door is opening. Whether you choose to walk through it depends on how you respond to what you now know. Archangel Michael stands with you at this threshold, reminding you that you are not alone in this decision. His presence is there to strengthen your confidence, to steady your heart, and to guide you toward what is right for you. Even if the path ahead feels uncertain, trust that this clarity has been given to you for a reason. And once this moment passes, you will feel it. You will know that something has changed. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you see things, it will not be the same. This is transformation. This is alignment. This is the moment where everything begins to shift into its true place. Type "I accept the shift" in the comments if you feel this turning point within your spirit. Lesson code 888 is now activated. And as this powerful shift unfolds in your life, understand this. Your action in this moment does not end with awareness alone. When you choose to give, you are stepping into alignment with the very flow that is guiding you now. The word speaks, "The generous soul shall be made rich, and he who waters shall himself be watered." This is a living truth calling you into movement. Say within yourself, "I am a channel of divine provision." Because what you release today becomes a river that reaches others who are standing at their own turning points, waiting for clarity just like you. This is not a SL-Nuche Adikaki and Oye opportunity. It is a divine invitation to act in faith right now. The PayPal link in the description and the QR code on your screen are your gateway to sow into this mission. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Step forward with boldness. As you give, may doors open before you, may clarity increase in your life, and may divine favor surround every step you take. Act now. Release your seed and step fully into alignment. After the turning point reveals itself and clarity begins to settle into your spirit, there is still something very important that must not be overlooked: your protection. Not physical protection alone, but spiritual protection. Because once truth is revealed, energy begins to shift around you. Dynamics change. Perceptions change. And not all of these changes will feel comfortable at first. This is why Archangel Michael steps forward now, not just as a guide, but as a protector. You must understand this clearly. When truth comes to light, it disrupts what was hidden. It breaks patterns that were operating in silence. And sometimes this can create resistance, either within yourself or from the other person involved. This does not mean something is wrong. It means something real has been uncovered. And whenever truth enters a space where confusion once lived, there is always a period of adjustment. Archangel Michael surrounds you with a shield of clarity and strength so that you are not affected by any negativity, confusion, or emotional imbalance that may arise after this conversation. Imagine this shield as a powerful light around you, one that filters everything that comes toward you. Anything that is not aligned with truth cannot pass through it. Anything that carries confusion or manipulation is weakened before it even reaches you. This is not something you have to force. It is something you allow. The moment you become aware of this protection, it begins to strengthen. So stay conscious of it. When you feel uncertain, return to that awareness. When you feel your emotions rising, remember that you are not alone in managing them. There is also something important about your inner voice during this time. After the conversation, your mind may begin to replay what was said. You may analyze every word, every tone, every detail. This is natural, but you must be careful not to lose yourself in overthinking. Not every thought that enters your mind is truth. Some are simply echoes of old fears or habits. This is where your protection becomes even more important. Archangel Michael helps you separate truth from distortion. He strengthens your intuition so that you can recognize what is real and what is simply noise. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and return to stillness. The truth will always feel calm, even if it is strong. Confusion, on the other hand, will feel chaotic and restless. There may also be moments where you feel the urge to revisit the conversation, to seek more answers, or to clarify what was said. This is not necessarily wrong, but it must come from a place of clarity, not from emotional urgency. If you act too quickly, you may disrupt the understanding that is still forming within you. Give yourself time to process. Allow the truth to settle fully before taking any further steps. Archangel Michael is also guiding you to release anything that no longer serves you after this moment. Once something has been revealed, there is no need to hold on to confusion or uncertainty. Let it go. Trust what has been shown to you. Holding on to old patterns will only weaken the clarity you have just received. Another important layer of protection is your boundaries. After this conversation, you may feel a shift in how you relate to this person. You may feel the need to create space or to approach them differently. This is part of your growth. Do not ignore it. Boundaries are not walls. They are expressions of self-respect and clarity. You are being guided to move forward with strength, not hesitation. What has been revealed was meant to be revealed. What has shifted was meant to shift. And now, your role is to protect that clarity, to honor it, and to allow it to guide your next steps. Archangel Michael remains with you, not just in the moment of conversation, but in everything that follows. His presence does not fade once the words are spoken. It continues to support you, to guard your spirit, and to ensure that you remain aligned with truth. So trust in this protection. Trust that you are being guided away from confusion and toward clarity. Trust that what has been revealed is part of a greater plan unfolding in your life. Because now, more than ever, your clarity is your strength. And with that strength, you move forward protected, aware, and aligned. There is a deeper truth unfolding now, one that goes beyond the conversation itself and into the very nature of words and the energy they carry. Archangel Michael is revealing something many overlook. Words are not just sounds or expressions. They are vessels of energy. They carry intention, emotion, and spiritual weight. And in this moment, what has been spoken and what you choose to speak moving forward will shape more than you realize. Every word released into a conversation creates an impact. Some words build, while others break. Some words bring clarity, while others create confusion. And sometimes, the same sentence can carry completely different meanings depending on the intention behind it. This is why your awareness must extend beyond the surface level. It is not just about what was said, it is about the energy that came with it. Think back to the conversation. Notice how certain words stayed with you more than others. Not because they were louder or more obvious, but because they carried a certain weight. That weight is energy. That is what your spirit recognized in the moment. Archangel Michael is guiding you to trust that recognition, because it reveals truth beyond language. There is also something important about the words you chose to speak during that moment. Whether you realize it or not, your voice carried power. The way you responded, the tone you used, even the pauses you allowed, all of it contributed to the energy of that exchange. This is not something to analyze with regret, but something to understand with awareness. Because now, moving forward, your words will continue to shape what comes next. After a moment of revelation, everything becomes more sensitive, more responsive. The energy you put out now will either strengthen the clarity you have gained or begin to blur it again. This is why Archangel Michael is calling you to speak with intention, not out of habit. There may be situations after this where you feel the urge to explain, to revisit, or to express more of what you were feeling. Before you do, pause and ask yourself, what is the energy behind these words? Are they coming from clarity, or are they coming from emotion that has not fully settled yet? This question alone can protect you from creating unnecessary confusion. There is also power in restraint. Not every truth needs to be spoken immediately. Not every thought needs to be expressed. Sometimes, the most powerful choice is to hold your words until they are fully aligned with your understanding. This is not silence out of fear, it is silence out of wisdom. Archangel Michael is also showing that your words have the ability to set boundaries without conflict. You do not need to raise your voice or defend yourself aggressively to stand in your truth. When your words come from a place of calm clarity, They carry authority naturally. They do not need force. They do not need repetition. They simply are. There is also something to understand about how others may respond to your words moving forward. Not everyone will immediately align with the clarity you have gained. Some may still be operating from confusion or their own perspective. This is not your responsibility to fix. Your role is not to control how others interpret your words, but to ensure that what you speak is aligned with your truth. The more you remain grounded in this awareness, the stronger your voice becomes. And not just in this situation, but in every area of your life. Because once you understand the power of your words, you begin to use them differently. You begin to speak less out of reaction and more out of intention. Archangel Michael stands with you in this transformation, helping you refine not just what you say, but how you say it, guiding you toward a place where your words become tools of clarity, strength, and alignment. And here is the deeper realization. This was never just about one conversation. It was about awakening your awareness of how communication shapes your reality. It was about showing you that every word you speak carries the potential to create, to heal, or to transform. So from this moment forward, choose your words with care. Speak with intention. Speak with clarity. And most importantly, speak in alignment with the truth that has now been revealed to you. Because your voice is not just a way to communicate, it is a force that shapes the path ahead of you. Now that the conversation has taken place and its truth has been revealed, you may find yourself standing in a quiet space of reflection. The words have been spoken, the energy has shifted, and something within you feels different. This is the aftermath, a sacred phase that many overlook, yet it carries just as much importance as the conversation itself. Archangel Michael is guiding you through this moment with care, because what you do now determines how fully you integrate what has just occurred. At first, you may feel a mixture of emotions. Relief, because something hidden has finally come to light. Uncertainty, because you are now seeing things differently. And perhaps even a sense of stillness, as if your spirit is pausing to process everything before moving forward. All of these feelings are natural. They are part of the transition from not knowing to understanding. There may also be a sense that something has ended, even if nothing was clearly closed. This does not always mean a relationship has ended. It can mean that a version of it has changed. The way you once saw things no longer fits with what you now know. And that realization can feel both freeing and unfamiliar at the same time. Archangel Michael is reminding you not to rush through this phase. Do not try to immediately define what everything means or what you should do next. Clarity does not always arrive all at once. Sometimes it unfolds gently, revealing deeper layers over time. Give yourself permission to sit with what you have learned. You may also notice that your perspective continues to shift even after the conversation is over. Moments from the past may begin to make more sense. You may connect dots that were previously unclear. This is a sign that your awareness is expanding. The truth that was revealed is not isolated. It is influencing how you understand everything around it. There is also a deeper level of healing that can begin here. When truth replaces confusion, it creates space. Space for understanding, for release, and for growth. If there was tension, it may begin to dissolve. If there were unanswered questions, they may no longer hold the same weight. This is not because everything has been resolved, but because you now see clearly enough to move forward without being held back. However, this is also where your choices become important. You now have clarity, but what you do with it matters. Will you honor what has been revealed, or will you try to return to what felt familiar before? This is a quiet decision, one that may not feel dramatic, but it shapes your path in powerful ways. Archangel Michael is guiding you to trust the clarity you have received, even if it challenges you, even if it leads you to make changes that feel difficult. Truth is meant to guide you forward, not keep you stuck in the past. And now that you have seen it, your path begins to adjust accordingly. There may also be a sense of distance that naturally forms after this moment. This could be emotional, mental, or even physical. This is not something to fear. It is often a sign that your energy is realigning. You are creating space for what is true and releasing what no longer fits within that truth. At the same time, new possibilities may begin to appear. When one layer of confusion is removed, new paths become visible. Opportunities you did not notice before may begin to stand out. This is the result of clarity. It opens doors that were always there, but hidden from your view. Archangel Michael continues to stand with you, offering reassurance and strength as you move through this phase. His presence is a reminder that everything is unfolding with purpose. Nothing was Nothing was wasted. Every word, every realization, every emotion has brought you to this point of awareness. And now, you move forward differently. Not with the same uncertainty you carried before, but with a deeper understanding of yourself and the situation around you. This is growth. This is transformation. So take a moment to breathe, to reflect, to allow everything to settle within you. Because what has just happened is not just a moment. It is a shift. And from this shift, a new direction begins to form. Trust it. Walk with it. And know that you are being guided every step of the way. My beloved one, as everything now settles into stillness, you may begin to feel a gentle calm surrounding your spirit. The moment has passed. The words have been spoken, and the truth has revealed itself in its own perfect timing. And now, Archangel Michael steps forward not with urgency, but with reassurance. You have done what was needed. You have seen what was hidden. And most importantly, you have stepped into a higher level of awareness that will guide you from this moment forward. Take a deep breath and feel this truth within you. Nothing about this was Every detail, every word, every emotion was part of a divine unfolding designed specifically for your growth. Even the parts that felt uncertain, even the moments that challenged you, were guiding you toward clarity. And now that clarity belongs to you, it is yours to carry, yours to trust, and yours to build upon. There is no need to rush what comes next. You are not being asked to have all the answers immediately. Life will continue to unfold, step by step, just as it always has. But now, you move with a deeper understanding. You move with a clearer vision. And most importantly, you move with a stronger connection to your inner truth. Archangel Michael is reminding you that you are protected, not just in moments of challenge, but in every step you take. His presence remains with you, steady and unwavering, guiding you through decisions, strengthening your intuition, and surrounding you with a sense of peace that cannot be shaken. Even when things feel uncertain again in the future, remember this moment. Remember that clarity always comes when it is needed. There is also something beautiful about what you have gained through this experience. You have learned to listen, not just to words but to energy, not just to others but to yourself. This is a gift, a powerful awareness that will continue to serve you in ways you may not even realize yet. And now, as you stand at this new point in your journey, there is a quiet invitation being placed before you. Not an urgent call, not a forceful push, but a gentle knowing that you are ready for what comes next. The path ahead may still hold unknowns, but you are no longer walking blindly. You are walking with clarity, with strength, and with divine guidance beside you. So release any remaining doubt. Let go of any fear that tries to pull you backward. You have already crossed the threshold. You have already seen what needed to be seen. And now, your only task is to move forward in alignment with the truth. Allow peace to settle into your heart. Allow your mind to rest. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Type "I walk in divine clarity" in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 555 is now activated. And as this message reaches its completion, understand this sacred truth. You are not just a listener, you are a carrier of light. When you choose to give, you are not supporting a channel. You are opening a river through which countless souls receive guidance, healing, and awakening. The word declares, "He who sows generously will also reap generously," and this is a living promise speaking directly into your life right now. Say within yourself, "I release my seed into divine purpose," because every offering you make becomes a spark that ignites truth in someone else who is still searching, still waiting for their moment of clarity, just like the one you receive today. This is your divine alignment. This is your opportunity to act in obedience and faith. The PayPal link in the description and the QR code on your screen are your gateway to sow into this mission. Do not delay this calling. Step into it with boldness and trust. As you give, may your path be filled with peace, your heart with clarity, and your life with overflowing favor. Act now. Release your seed and walk fully in the light you have received.